The Nigerian government is a government of all, is a government that belongs to everyone in this nation. But it seems as if this government has become a government where if an individual speaks the truth, he will die. And if he keeps quiet, he will die. But for me, I believe in speaking the truth and die, according to Deno Melaye of Kogi West Senatorial District. I have two people today. I like their work, their speeches in the African continent. One is P.L. Lumumba, Professor P.L. Lumumba. He is an orator in our present African continent. He is the man who spoke that any country that is not good needs a kind of, he needs a sanitation. Yes, he don't call people by their names, but he expresses himself through what is going on in a particular country. He made mention of many countries, which Nigeria is among. Secondly, is our African hero, Julius Malema of EFF. He is the president of EFF, who stands without fear and favor of anyone in South Africa to rebuke even the president of South Africa for mismanaging their fund. He speaks vehemently and fearlessly. But what do we see in Nigeria? After speaking to South African government, Julius Malema still have his way, still do what he's supposed to do. His people continue to be at his back. But in Nigeria, if you speak the truth, you are going to die. If the court gives you a judgment, the judgment will be thwarted. Nigeria need ethnic cleansing before we can be able to stay here and enjoy here. Here is a den of lions. I will never be afraid of saying it. Here is a den of lions, where all manner of atrocities spring up like a mushroom, where our money is being banked in the overseas banks. If you go to United States, our money is loaded there. If you go to other countries like the Switzerland, our money is locked up there. Who are the people that is sending this money to these people? Our African government, our African presidents, our African legislatures, our African House of Parliament, not even African, Nigerian House of Parliament, our Nigerian presidents, the past and the present. They are the people. Everything here is imported. While we see ourselves over the radio, over the television, on the pages of newspapers, broadcasting, we want to do this, we want to do that. It becomes a word of mouth. Nigeria, we need cleansing. I don't blame anyone who says that Nigeria is too big to handle as a country. Nigeria needs ethnic cleansing. Is it not in this country that people who resources are taken from their land is being subjected to perpetual poverty? Nigeria is one of the oil producing countries, but you go to the oil producing states, you will never see any good infrastructure in that area. You will even messy down. Even to have common potable drinking water, there is none. But every day we go on the CNN, on the radio Al Jazeera, Sahara TV, making proclamations that have never existed. What of our youth? Yes, they say they indulge into cybercrime. Why wouldn't they indulge into cybercrime while these people are graduates from the different universities in Nigeria and Africa? After then, there is no job. Why wouldn't they be criminals? Why they finish their job, their schooling, and there is no job? Why wouldn't they be criminals? While if they don't open and register their businesses, it will be shut down. Why wouldn't they find an alternative of living? There is no support from any angle in Nigeria. All we see it is on the pages of newspapers and the magazines. We need ethnic cleansing in Nigeria. We need to remove every rubbish that is in Nigeria. We don't need to continue with this situation. We are tired of it. If others are not tired of it, I am properly and fully tired of the condition that we are subjected into in Nigeria. I don't care. If tomorrow when I finish speaking, when you finish hearing me, you pick me up. I am not the first, I'm not the second. The Oduduwas, they are there clamoring, they need their own sovereignty. The IPOBs, indigenous people of Biafra, they are clamoring there, we need sovereignty. The Hausas and different caliphates in the Hausa land, they are crying, they need their caliphate. Why? Because our government is not governing us very well. And we must stand out resolute. We must stand out fearlessly to address our situation. Where a family cannot boast of two different meals in a day. It is a pity in Nigeria. It is very lugubrious. It is so shameful that our leaders are very corrupt and they are faceless. Nigeria, it's better you turn a new leaf today. If not, people are talking about people are saying they want to revolutionize, like the Showores. He's been taken to DSS office in the prison yard, or maybe taken to court. What will you do as a person who will speak and your word will not be heard? Is it not to go on revolution? Remember, the revolution that is coming is not the overthrow of government this time around. It's ethnic cleansing. The youth are left behind. Okay, let me ask in our Africa. Okay, let me take Nigeria as an instance. Nigeria, how many youth did you employ in your office as a minister? How many youths? How old are they? How many youths of 30 years did you employ? Did you make a minister? Did you make chief executive in your cabinet? Tell me. If really you are doing fine in this country, how many youths did you make ministers? What happens here in Nigeria is the old wine in a new bottle. You bring the old wine, you put it in a new bottle. Then Nigeria continue becoming bad and bad on daily basis. Tomorrow, you will call the youth of Nigeria to come and campaign for you, carry guns, do all manner of gra-gra in order for you to pass. But when you pass, you will throw them to an arm's length. Nigerian youth, I call upon you. Do not ever in your life support any old man on seat. Let this revolution never be a revolution of overthrow of government. Let this revolution be a revolution of overthrow of any old man that will use you as a talk, that will come so that you work for him in order to win election. The revolution of removing old men from the seat is here. We will never vote them again. They call us nothing. They remember us when there is an election. Revolution of removing the electorate, that one that will, the intending electorate from the seat as an old man. We need young people in Nigeria with young brain, with young techniques, and young, everything young. Youth of Nigeria, youth of Africa, arise and fight for yourself. For yourself. Arise, Africa, and fight for your sake. Arise, Africa, and fight for yourself. Arise, Nigeria, and fight for your sake. Arise, Nigeria, to fight for yourself. Enough is enough to this nonsense. We will no longer condone it. We will no longer take it. We will no longer sweep every good thing under the carpet. We must proclaim enough is enough.